Hi everybody, this is Liam from Running Remote, and in today's video we are talking about holiday gifts for the remote worker in your family. If you are a remote worker, or if you know someone who's a remote worker, frankly, there's quite a lot more of them than there were for last Christmas. So I thought I would put together a video outlining the major tools that I use inside of my work from home setup, and probably what a lot of people are hoping that they could use inside of their work from home setup in this video. Let's get started. So I thought for this video, I'd break it down into three major categories. The first category is if you don't have a dedicated workspace at home. The second one is if you've got a home office. And the third one is for people that are really trying to improve their work at home video setup. I know a lot of people are a little bit self-conscious when they jump on those Zoom meetings. And frankly, I figured out a lot of hacks to make that super easy. So if you don't have a dedicated workspace at home, a lap desk or mobile desk rolling cart is absolutely critical. I know for me, when I didn't have a committed space to work, I used to work literally on my couch, and I would use that space only for work. So there was just one spot on my couch, I would only use that spot for work. So if I was gonna watch Netflix or something like that, I would literally move over to another spot on my desk, or if I was getting like a Facebook post or something like that on my phone. It's really important to be able to keep a focused space, and a fantastic way to be able to do that is with a laptop desk, something that you can literally move around on rollers. We've got a couple examples that you can check out in the links down below, but fundamentally, it's just something that can roll around. You can leave all of your work stuff on it, and then when your workday is finished, you can roll that sucker away and actually get back to living your real life. Next one is an extra long extension cord or power strip. Now, you'd think that this is not necessarily something that a lot of people would have at the top of their list, but frankly, getting a really good extension cord or power strip is really important if you want to be able to work from home efficiently. I know I have quite a few. Here's an example of a few that I really like that I use every single day. And another really fantastic extra brownie points is if you can get a backup power system set up as well. I know that those are a little bit pricey, but for me, when the internet goes down, I have a backup power block that's connected to my internet connection and my Wi-Fi router, so that I don't go down and my laptop can literally keep me powered up for at least 4 to 5 hours of the workday. The last one on this list is the actual AirPods Pro. I have been using these for, the last 4 to 5 months, and I upgraded from the Sound True Ultras, which are another great, fantastic set of earbuds. But the reason why I like these so much is because they've got really good microphones, the audio is pretty good, and they go about 4 to 5 hours on a charge on average. So quite literally, I will use them, I'll put them back in their case, they'll be charged back up in like 10 to 15 minutes. And it's just a really easy thing to use, particularly when you have all Apple devices inside of your work setup. So I would ask that person that you're buying for, hey, do you have an Apple computer as an example, or an iPad? If they do, this is definitely the tool to get them. Next up, if you've got a home office, one of the biggest things that you can do to be able to improve your home office is get a standing desk. Now, standing desks are really cool right now, definitely with people sitting, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. It's important to be able to stand up from time to time. I do that, or I try to do that quite a bit. I actually have looked a lot at standing desks, and really it boils down to two major decisions. One is your eco choice and one is your baller choice. So you really have to figure out which lane you're in. I decided to go with the eco / super cheap choice, and I went with the IKEA Smart Desk, which is about $25 for the actual L extension that I ended up getting. And then the thing that's quite expensive is the $400 feet that can move up and down. The one that I would suggest for the baller choice is Autonomous.AI's standing desk. It is probably one of the nicest ones on the market. It's connected to a smartphone. It can allow you to choose different preset heights for your particular desk. And the reason why I didn't go with Autonomous is because where I'm located, I couldn't get access to their L-Desk product, which is what I really wanted because I like the extra room of being able to have my laptop off to the side while I work on my main computer connected to this particular Apple computer. So take that with a consideration, but to me, either one is probably much better than sitting at a desk all day long. Next thing is a multi-device Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. Now, there's a lot of different ones out on the market right now. I personally really like the MX Master 3 keyboard and mouse. So this is the keyboard and this is the mouse. I've been using this for approximately the last year, and I really can't describe the scroll wheel on this, but trust me, it is absolutely the best scroll wheel you've ever used in a mouse in your entire life. I don't know what kind of magic they're using to be able to make this thing work as well as it does, but it is absolutely fantastic. Both of them charge through USB Type-C, which again, everything in my work setup is USB Type-C, and I maybe have charged this thing once. I think it probably lasts on a charge for approximately 6 months. Same thing with the keyboard. Fantastic product. I cannot suggest them enough. Next one on the list is the Anker Hub with USB-C functionality. So I've been using a lot of dongles with my MacBook Pro for a very long time. And the one that I like the most is the ones that are made by Anker. The reason being is they're made completely out of metal and they have really great USB-C pass-through. So what that means is I connect my power cord to that hub, and then I connect the hub to my laptop. And with one quick click, I can literally have my external monitor, my DSLR camera that I'm looking at right now, my power, and anything else that I want to connect to, all connected with one single plug. It's really easy to be able to use, and I highly suggest that if you have a MacBook or an Apple computer, you should absolutely be getting one of these things because it allows you to go from your mobile computer to your desktop setup very quickly and easily. And that leads into the last thing that I want to talk about for the on-computer or the desktop setup is getting an external monitor with a USB-C connector. I have this BenQ, I don't know what it's called, monitor that's I think about 32 inches long diagonally. But the thing that's beautiful about this is it has a USB-C connector. So what I can do is just connect it up to my laptop, and then it pushes that image from the laptop to my main computer. And I don't have to have a secondary monitor for it. So everything runs on USB Type-C, which is really easy if you travel as much as I do. As an example, you don't want to bring a whole bunch of different cables with you. And if you're just working from different places around your house or working at a co-working space or something like that, having a laptop that you can just bring to your workspace, plug in one single plug and everything works, it's honestly magical. So definitely, if you're gonna get somebody an external monitor, make sure that it has a USB-C connector and that the monitor can be powered, or the monitor can power the laptop. That's also really important. Last one here that I want to talk about is for anyone that actually wants to improve their work from home setup. Now, the biggest thing that I can suggest to people is to buy, and I know this sounds a little pricey to everybody, but trust me on this one, buy a DSLR. That's what I'm actually pointing myself at right now. The reason why a DSLR is so great is the webcams that you usually have on your computers are about 720p, and this thing is 4K. So I don't think you necessarily need something that's 4K. You can buy a used DSLR for $250. As long as it has an HDMI output, you can connect it directly to your computer, which is amazing. So for me, this is absolutely the best way to be able to take your work from home Zoom meetings from like okay to absolutely awesome very, very quickly. Also, honorable mention, get yourself a really cheap tripod. You can get ones for like $20. You just set it up permanently in your work setup if you're working from home, and it looks amazing. Trust me on this one. I get so many compliments from people saying, whoa, your video looks so great. Yeah, it's a DSLR. Now, attached to my camera, I have a ring light. You can probably see that ring light in my glasses. I can't see anything without my glasses, so I need to keep these glasses on all the time. I recognize that I have a ring light shining in my glasses. Please, you don't need to tell me in the comments. The ring light is great. I got this one from Newer. It cost about $60 USD to be able to get. It comes with its own tripod, which is a really nice addition, and it's very easy for me to use. So quite literally, you just flip it on, you can adjust the coolness of the light, so if it's gonna be more of a yellow light or a blue light, and you can really adjust it to the way that you like it. And it's very easy to be able to really give you a more professional look, particularly in Zoom calls. So everyone will just be like, wow, you're lit so well and all this kind of stuff. Listen, it's just a ring light, it's 60 bucks. Don't worry about it, buy it. The people that are working from home that get this kind of gift will really appreciate it. Now, the magic that makes all of this actually happen is an HDMI video capture card. I have been using this off-brand $10 HDMI video capture card for the past 6 months approximately, as I have been doing a lot more work from home stuff like in my office. And frankly, it has worked beautifully. It's made completely out of metal. The leader in the market is the CamLink 4K. That costs, I believe, about $200, and you actually can't get it anywhere. And this one works out to approximately $20, I believe. There's a whole bunch of different Chinese knockoff companies that are selling it. So go with this one. It literally turns an HDMI signal directly into a USB signal and then feeds that directly into your computer. Then just go to Zoom or Google Meet or whatever you're using for your video conferencing software and just connect it directly as the source. And then when you do video calls, it will be the DSLR as opposed to a webcam, which again, no one wants that in their lives. Next one on the list is the ability to be able to get rid of external audio on your microphone. And there's a bunch of people that have figured out different solutions to this problem, but the best one on the market right now, I believe, is Crisp.ai. I actually made a video about Crisp.ai. You can check it up here. It's gonna be linked up. It is a great way to be able to remove the external audio, the hums, the dogs barking, the babies crying of your life. Particularly if you don't have a committed workspace, Crisp.ai is amazing because it just removes all of those external sounds so that you can sound a lot more professional on video calls and also just be a lot happier in terms of your customers thinking or your coworkers thinking that you're in an incredibly unproductive environment. So go check them out. I think we also have an affiliate code for them too. It'll probably be linked down below in the comments. The last thing on this list, which I will mention, which I haven't really seen in any other videos, is to actually get a teleprompter. And I know that that sounds a little bit extreme. I'm currently looking at this teleprompter right now, but bear with me on this one. Here's the beauty of a teleprompter. Number one, you can really look directly at the camera as opposed to looking at your computer screen all day long when you are doing video calls. Now, what I actually end up doing is I take my iPad, I have an iPad Pro, but any iPad will do, and I end up running the Zoom calls directly through that iPad. So I literally just put the iPad right here in the teleprompter, and then as I see those people right in front of the screen, I look directly at the screen, so it looks like I'm looking at them directly. It also frees up a completely separate computer, i.e. my laptop, that I can take notes on, or I can open up Google Sheets on and all that kind of stuff, so that I'm not constantly looking between human beings and between humans. I'm looking directly at the humans all the time, and then when I need to do work, I look down on my computer and I do something separately. So this one cost, I believe, about $250. I will link it down below. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set up. If you've got a committed space like I do, setting this all up probably takes you cumulatively 15 minutes, and then you never have to touch it ever again. Because as I said before, with the Anker USBC Hub, you just hook everything together, bing, bang, boom, it's up and running, and you've got no worries. You can do Zoom calls like a pro. So those are my big suggestions for gifts for the remote worker in your family, and maybe that may even be you. If you have other suggestions with regards to some gifts for remote workers, please tell me down in the comments below. And while you're down there, you might as well like this video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel, because we talk about this kind of stuff all day long. And I'd love to have you here. See you in the next video.